My philosophy of leadership is lead from up front. If I'm willing to do it, then I can ask you to do it. I always thought we were going to win at the end of the day, and that was the kind of confidence I had in myself, frankly, and I had most of all, I had the confidence in the Marines. And those young fellows, were absolutely wonderful. I never had any difficulty with any Marine saying, "Boss, I don't want to do this." Every Marine I asked to perform a mission performed it superbly. The last battle, 67, 68, when I received the award, or recommendation for the award, was a tough day. But at the end of the day, WECO come through like champs, and I think the award is for them, not for me. And I know a lot of recipients say that, but I really mean that honestly. And I try to wear it in remembrance of them.
Although grievously wounded 3 times in action, Ned survived. He sees it as his duty to speak for those who did not.
There's been, I believe, 3,220 medals awarded. About 86% are posthumously awarded. So I feel that those that are living and that are capable should be out talking to young people, emphasizing the great honor that's been bestowed upon the individual and what that honor means. When I was honored at the Gulf Street Armory, they read my citation, put the medal around my neck, and then he asked me to take the mic. So at that moment, I said, I accept this honor in the name of all the great soldiers of E Company, 305th Infantry, because they trained hard. They fought exactly the way we trained. When we were successful in combat, it was because of the teamwork, the sincerity of each individual doing his part. I share this honor with all those people because they made it possible. I wish we could have some kind of a oak leaf cluster of the Medal of Honor so each one could have part of it.
And what compels such courage? What leads a person to risk everything so that others might live? We see it in the loyalty of an Army Ranger who lives by a creed: never shall I fail my comrades.
During the ceremony, I kind of leaned over and whispered into the president's ear, and that became the talk afterwards. What did you tell him? What did you tell him? Well, the thing I told him was it's a heavy honor to accept. People ask, do you regret anything about what you did? And I joked and I said, I probably would have grabbed it with my left hand.
When given the option to retire from duty with a medical discharge, Petrie chose instead to re-enlist and to serve as liaison officer for the Special Operations Command Care Coalition, working with wounded soldiers and their families.
I might not be able to go back to the front lines, but this is a job that supports those coming back from it. Many soldiers wear black bracelets with friends, service members who have given their lives in combat. And I said, well, I got this right arm, and I got all this real estate of empty arm. And so that's the way I looked at it, and I said, what better way to remember my fallen comrades? And I see it every morning when I put it on, every afternoon when I take it off, and I never lose sight that they're the ones that pay the ultimate sacrifice.
When we were coming into San Francisco Harbor, one of my friends, they picked up the radio from San Francisco, and he told me, he said, George, I just heard over the radio that you are going to receive the Medal of Honor. There was 8 of us, I believe, at that time. Met in Washington, D.C., and President Eisenhower gave us all the medal. Combat took place on the 27th of October, and 1 year later, he gave me this medal on the 27th of October. I repeat this as if it were wrote. But this medal's not mine. It belongs to those kids who never grew up to be grandfathers. I just hold it in trust. It's in trust, and I hope I wear it well. I pray.